What if I told you that some of the world's most successful millionaires started with absolutely zero money in their bank account and still built fortunes worth millions, not by investing cash, but by using something far more powerful than money itself: skill, leverage, and timing. In a small crowded city, a young man named Armin sat inside a tiny rented room with nothing but a broken laptop and an unstable internet connection. He had no investment, no support, and no business background. Every day he watched videos about wealthy people and wondered why their world felt so far away from his. But one night he came across a quote that changed everything. Money is not the first step, value is. The idea sounded simple but dangerous because it challenged everything he believed. He thought money creates opportunity, but this idea suggested opportunity creates money. Armin started observing patterns instead of chasing dreams. He noticed something shocking. The people making millions online were not always the smartest or the richest at the start. They were the ones who solved problems for others faster than anyone else. So he asked himself a life-changing question: what problem can I solve without spending money? The question became his turning point. With no investment, he started offering simple services online. He used free platforms. He learned skills from free resources. He practiced writing basic content and editing simple videos. His first work was not perfect. In fact, it was ignored for weeks. But he did not stop. Because he realized something most people never understand. In the beginning, you are not building money, you are building proof of value. After 30 days, he got his first response. A small business owner needed help writing product descriptions. Armin offered to do it for free just to gain experience. That single decision became the foundation of everything that followed. The business owner noticed something in him: consistency. Within weeks, Armin was given paid work, not because he had experience, but because he had already shown value without demanding anything in return. This is where the real secret begins, not in investment but in perception. When people see value, they create money for you. Armin reinvested his time, not his money. He improved his skills daily. He studied what customers wanted. He learned how attention works online. Slowly his work started reaching more people. One client became 3, then 10, then 20. But the real shift happened when he understood leverage. He stopped trading only time for money and started creating systems, simple templates, content, and processes that could be reused. This is how zero investment begins to multiply itself. Not through money but through multiplication of effort. While others were waiting to save enough money to start, he was already building experience that money could not buy. Months passed and Armin reached a point where his monthly income surpassed what most people in his city earned in a year. But something deeper changed inside him. He realized money was never the starting point, skill and problem solving were. And then he heard another story that made him pause. A businessman once said the fastest way to become rich is to become useful at scale. Armin now understood what that meant. But just when everything seemed stable, he discovered a bigger opportunity that required him to think beyond freelancing, beyond skills, beyond time. This opportunity could turn small earnings into something massive. But it required a mindset shift most people are never ready for. At that moment, Armin was faced with a decision: stay safe with what he had built or step into something unknown that could either multiply everything or take it all away. And this is exactly where his real journey begins. He stood at the edge of a decision that felt heavier than anything he had faced before. On one side was comfort, predictable income, and safety. On the other side was uncertainty, scale, and the possibility of something far bigger than anything he had experienced so far. Most people around him would have chosen stability without thinking twice. But Armin had already seen something they had not. He had seen that money follows systems, not effort. The opportunity in front of him was not a job or a client. It was a small digital page run by a struggling creator who had attention but no structure. Thousands of people were visiting the page every day, but nothing was being converted into income. Most people saw confusion. Armin saw a system waiting to be built. He offered a simple idea. Let me organize your audience, structure your content, and build a way to turn attention into income. No investment required, just execution. In return, he asked for a percentage of whatever the system would generate. At first, the creator hesitated. There was no guarantee. No proof. Just Armin's confidence built from small wins. But Armin was not selling hope. He was showing logic. Attention without conversion is wasted potential. Value without structure is invisible money. Slowly, the creator agreed. This was the moment everything changed. Armin did not spend money. He spent thinking. He studied what the audience liked when they were active and what made them click. He redesigned the flow of content using free tools. He created simple systems that guided users step by step instead of leaving them confused. Every small improvement increased engagement. Within days, the page started to behave differently. Comments increased. Shares grew. People stayed longer. And then the first real income came in. Small at first, but real. And then something powerful happened. It did not grow linearly. It started compounding. Because now Armin was not trading time anymore. He was building a machine. Each improvement made the next improvement easier. Each piece of content fed the next. Each user brought more users. And for the first time, money started to appear without direct effort. This is the secret most people never understand. Zero investment does not mean zero input. It means zero financial barrier. The real currency is observation, skill, and execution. Within a few months, what started as a small arrangement turned into a growing income stream. Armin was now managing multiple pages, each one built on the same principle. No money invested. Only systems created from understanding human behavior. But the most important transformation was not financial, it was mental. He no longer thought like someone trying to earn. He thought like someone building structures that earn. And that shift separated him from everyone else. While others were still asking how to make money, Armin had already moved to a different question. How do I make value scale without me? That question led him into his next stage, where he began building automated digital assets that worked even when he was asleep. Small at first, then expanding quietly in the background like invisible machines. And just when he thought he understood the game, he discovered something even deeper about wealth that no one had ever explained to him before. Because real wealth is not created when you earn more. It is created when you stop needing to be present for money to continue growing. And what Armin was about to build next would take him from income to ownership, and from ownership to freedom.